How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the stock market is not looking so hot today. We have about 2.5 hours left in the session. The Dow is down 1.4%. The NASDAQ 100, believe it or not, it's not doing that bad. It's only down 0.1%, but the S&P is down 0.9%, and we have the Russell down 0.6%. So today, we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, what I'm doing right now, my thoughts on the markets in general. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, smash the like button if you guys find value, and check out my Patreon if you want my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that is on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So as of now, the head and shoulder that we called out yesterday on SPY on this 20-day 1-hour chart is playing out beautifully. Now, we have a couple of things that we have to keep an eye on, right? Number one, what are we going to do here at 428 to 430? And if you guys don't know, I'm going to tell you right now, 428 was that low point, the low that we hit back on the 20th of September when we saw those 2 days of carnage. I mean, you can see here on the 17th, we went down a good chunk from 445 to about 439, 440. And then over the weekend, we saw a bit of a drop in the futures. Then on Monday, the 20th, we saw an even bigger drop all the way down to 428. And that is where we have the left shoulder here in the head and shoulder. We have the head here that formed on the 23rd towards the 28th of September. And now that we got these 2 days of struggling, today, including today and yesterday, and even the day before that, 3 days of struggling right under the neckline where we formed the left shoulder back on the 20th at about 438. The fact that we're struggling there, and we're struggling right under the 180 moving average, and now we're tanking, we did today, under the 50 moving average. This is showing me that the right shoulder is now forming. In fact, it's formed. I mean, it could go lower at this point if we end up breaking under 428. So this is very textbook. And if you guys were watching my channel a couple of days ago, if you're in my Patreon, which I talked about it literally this morning before it happened, we've been calling this out. And at this point, what are we going to do? Are we going to see a relief rally at 428, 430, maybe for a move back up towards the mid to high 430s where we literally just were pre-market today and yesterday and the day before? Is that going to happen? Or are we going to take out the lows from the 20th at 428.86? Do we end up going down for the next leg down in this downwards pattern that we've been in the past couple of weeks, maybe towards 422? Does that break? Maybe we start going 412, 413. You know, these are a couple of levels that I'm keeping my eyes out on when it comes to the S&P 500 via SPY here, and we're pretty much guaranteed another leg down if we take out 428. I think the selling will accelerate from a technical perspective at that point. So I'm going to put my alert at 428. I'm going to do a mark is at or below alert. So that will alert me if it goes under 428. And then I'm going to put another alert here at, let's say, maybe 432.50 to give us an alert if we start seeing the opposite happen. Maybe we don't get the leg down. Maybe we get that relief rally. So I want to put one mark is at or below at 428, and another one mark is at or above 432.5. So we'll see what direction we end up picking there when it comes to SPY. And for QQQ, it's a little bit different. I already mentioned this yesterday, and I talked about it on Patreon this morning. QQQ already pretty much took out the lows from last week and from the middle of August. You guys can see that was at 360, those two big points of support. And now we're trading under 360. In fact, we got down to about 357 just a couple of hours ago in today's session. So I believe QQQ could see more downside, probably to 350, 352 on the lower end in the short term here. Sure, it could go lower than that in a couple of months, but I'm talking in a week or two. 350 is the lower end target for me. If that were to break, maybe we start going 342, which if I do this trend line, extend it, you guys can see 342 was resistance in April, a little bit in May as well, so that could act as support. So keep your eyes out on these levels, guys, for QQQ and SPY, and I'd love to know what you think. Drop me a comment down below, your thoughts on the markets, what you're doing, because I'm about to tell you guys moves that I'm involved with right now. And make sure you all smash the like button if you find value. As always, it helps me out, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content. So let's go a little bit over kind of what I've been buying, what I'm holding right now, because I'm not one of those guys that's a perma bear. I mean, you guys know that. I'm not never in the markets waiting for the crash, because I truly believe time in the market is better than timing the market. And it's not what I believe. It doesn't matter what I believe. It's a fact that time in the market is better than timing the market. So I'm always in the camp of have money working for you in the markets, trading, options, whatever you guys do. I'm not telling you what to do. And have some cash on the sidelines. Have some dry powder. That's kind of what I've been doing. And I've been taking advantage of some of these dips. So I bought a little bit of Adobe recently. That was this week. And again, all you guys in my Patreon get my real-time buys and sells. I bought some Adobe at 582. I'm down a little bit on that position, but it's okay, because when I go into these longer term, mid-term, short-term swings, I don't go all in, right? I go in with a small portion of my goal position. So I'm in a little bit of Adobe right now. I like this dip. It's currently down about 15-16%, so it's well in correction territory. And for me, the 3-year chart looks really good, right? Anywhere from 520 to 560 based on this chart, based on the 50 moving average, is a buy zone. So I'm looking to average down on my Adobe here. I've also been buying a little bit of DraftKings. If you guys have been following me, this is one that I bought a couple of months ago, sold out at 55, watched it run up to 65, and I told myself, I'm going to buy back in next time we see a substantial dip. And this thing has been doing nothing but dipping the past couple of weeks. Pretty much ever since the NFL season started, this has been taking a hit. It's down 26%, well into a bear market. And a lot of these higher growth, more speculative, if you will, stocks have been getting hit. We've talked about that. The bond yields are going up, and that's hurting a lot of tech stocks, tech-oriented growth stocks. So this one's down 26%. I initially started buying, I believe, at 52, bought more at 50, bought yesterday at 48, 60, something like that. So my average cost right now is a tad bit above $50 per share. And this is one that I will buy more of, same as Adobe, if it starts going a bit lower. So I'm in Adobe, I'm in DraftKings, I'm also buying Upwork. Let's see how this one's doing. It's up 2.3% today. This is one I started buying in the 48s, bought a little bit more. I think I bought yesterday after hours at about 45, or was it 44 something? I forget. Again, you guys get my alerts on Patreon. Yeah, just needless to say, I've been buying Upwork on this dip. Same with DraftKings, same with Adobe. And I was in SoFi, got out of SoFi, got out of my covered calls, made a good chunk of money on SoFi, and I actually ended up getting out of my JWN covered calls today. I bought those back to close the position. I bought them back for about 6-7 cents. I ended up receiving about 61 cents in premium when I originally sold them, so I made a good amount on that trade, and I'm actually planning on maybe buying even more JWN here on the dip, as my average cost is I believe in the low 28s right now, and I am down a little bit on the position, but it's a longer term swing for me, so I'm cool with taking a little hit right now, riding some calls, and adding more on the dip. That's what I'm kind of looking to do. Maybe I even sell some puts on this, which I might make a video on that. But overall, guys, look, that's what I've been doing. And on top of that, there's more. I mean, I'm in Wynn Resorts, which is a longer-term swing at this point in time. I ended up buying at 91. I'm a little bit down on it. I might average more. I've been buying Google. I bought some more Google today, fractional shares. I bought Amazon fractional shares today. I also bought more VOO, which I have been buying over the past couple of weeks here, months. I pretty much buy it every week, no matter where the markets are at, just to have that base stable, not stable, but a staple portion of my portfolio. And I know a lot of you guys do the same thing. So overall, those are some of the plays that I've been involved with. A lot of action. I still have a good amount of cash ready to rock and roll because I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to not going all in right away. I understand the markets could go lower, and that's what you have to understand. A lot of people have the problem of throwing all their cash into their investments trades the first second the market takes a dip, and then it goes down a lot more, and you're cash poor, right? That is a lesson I've learned. I mean, in the past, many times I've learned the same lesson. So that is why I don't go all in. I nibble, I buy a little bit, and I always make sure to have a little bit of cash left on the sidelines just in case we get a further dip. And then as I make money on trades, I sell them, take profits, raise more cash, which I did with SoFi recently. I made a good amount there, and that's kind of what I use to funnel into DraftKings, Adobe, Upwork, and I have more on the sidelines now ready to go for whatever else we get. So that's pretty much it, guys, kind of what I've been up to. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more, that's on Patreon, link down below. Make sure to also get your $30 from M1 Finance and your 2 stocks from Webull, also linked down below. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.